The McLaren MP4 12C thingy is a kind of new age supercar. It's been well documented that it easily rivals Ferrari's 458, that the Ferrari wins the hearts but the Macca wins the minds of motoring journalists all over the world. So seeing as I didn't get here first, I'm not going to talk to you about how fast this thing goes around a track compared to a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I'm not even going to talk to you about the slightly soft supercar looks or the fact that the engine cover looks like it came out of an Audi. What I'm going to do is explore an element of this car that I don't believe, tweet us if you think I'm wrong, I don't believe has been explored before. The Britishness of this car. Whether this supercar is as British as the badge suggests, the place it was born suggests, or we as petrol heads expect. Now I need to give you a bit of context. The British supercar was always a thing of simple beauty, a big sturdy chassis with a brutal engine bolted on and a little bit of refinement, a bit like a splash of Issey Miyake on a football fan. Think TVR, think Morgan, think Aston Martin DB7. Noble did break the spell for a little while with their M12, but only because it had a Ford Focus steering wheel and Mark I Mondeo rear lights, so the class really had gone out of the British supercar at that point. That probably did wear a football shirt and drink lager, and you couldn't level either of those things at the McLaren MP4 12C thingy, even if it has got a funny name. But although this is a really, really special supercar, I just don't think it's very British. Although on the Spider, the door opens properly, which is nice. I don't have a degree in supercar door opening. McLaren purposefully set out to build a new breed of supercar that would strike at the heart of supercar world. If you've ever face pressed their showroom at One Hyde Park in London, I have, shamefully, then you will see it's pretty obvious. But given that anywhere you read about this car, it does seem to compete quite well, quite capably with the Ferrari 458, you have to say, it would seem they've achieved what they set out to do. But the proof, as they say, is in the supercar pudding. I don't think anyone ever said that. Like the Ferrari 458, the McLaren MP4 12C thingy does accelerate to 60 in less than 3.5 seconds. Like the 458, the retractable hardtop is pretty efficient and it only weighs an extra 40–50 kilos of saturated fat. But I'll tell you what, I've heard the McLaren described as a car that you pilot, you don't drive. Now for a £200,000 supercar, and a car that is so terrifyingly good to drive, that is quite a bold claim, isn't it? Wow. Well, McLaren know that they've made a pretty special supercar, but going back to my original question, how British is this MP4 12C thingy? Well, it's not nearly eccentric enough to be classed in the same terms as a DB7 or a TVR or a Marcus, and it's nowhere near primitive enough to drink lager and wear a football shirt like a Noble M12. So where does this McLaren supercar place in British supercar terms? I'm just not sure. But McLaren have set off a huge British bomb in the world of supercars, and they've even taken the roof off so you can hear it explode.